Hello and welcome to Learning Excel 2016. My name is Mike Henry and this is the sixth video from Chapter 3. In this video we're going to get into a new thing. This is called a Vlookup. We're going to be able to take information out of a table or an area of our spreadsheet and take one key piece of it and bring it over here based on something that we want to look up. So we're going to see that there's four parts to a Vlookup: the what, the where, the column that we're going to pull from, and whether this is a true or false. In this particular rendition we're going to learn just about the false. Later on in future chapters we're going to really dig deep into the Vlookup and we'll learn all the really good stuff of it. But for this chapter all we're going to learn is how to look something up, and we're going to use it in a false setting where we're always looking for an exact match. So with this spreadsheet here, we're going to be looking at a concept of looking something up in another part of the spreadsheet, or we will use the term VLOOKUP because this is going to be a vertical lookup. We also can do HLOOKUPs, which are a horizontal lookup. Now when we look at the spreadsheet, you can see that we've got some people's names here. We've got a number rating that they've been given, and that number rating correlates to a status that's over here. Now, we've got a chart that's been created by someone, and we'd like to have those statuses put in. Now, we don't want to sit there and type in all these different statuses. We would like the computer to look it up for us. Now, we as a human, we can look at it really quick. We can say that Billy has a rating of a 1. We quickly come to this column, we look down here, we say a rating 1 is a beginner. So for us as humans, this works pretty easy. Okay, I can look at Nancy. Nancy's a 5. Slide down the column. A 5 means Nancy's retired. So it's very quickly and easily done for us as humans. But then we have to type it in, and somewhere along the line we're going to mistype something. Now we can have this be done for us by Excel, and we use a VLOOKUP in this case. So let's get the pen back out here, and we'll take a look at how we use a VLOOKUP. So the look of this is going to be here. We're going to do an equal, and we are going to put in here a V and the word lookup. Okay, like all functions, we have an opening parenthesis and we have a closing parenthesis, and in here we are going to have our arguments, and in this case we're going to have 4 arguments. The first thing is what. What is it that you are looking up? Okay. The second thing is where. Where are you looking this information up from? Now the third piece is which column are we looking to? In this case we only have 2 columns here. We look up in this column, and this is the column we want to get our information from. So in this case we're going to probably be putting column 2 here. So this will be the column number, and then the last piece of information we put in here is going to be, in this case, the word false. And we can put either a true or a false in here, which provides an exact match or a pattern match later on. You'll see some of that as we get going. So let's switch to our color here, and basically we're going to do a VLOOKUP. We're putting it in this cell right here, so what we're looking up would be whatever's in B2. Okay, so I look in here for whatever's in B2, and then it says, where do I look this up? And so basically this is my area that I'm going to look this up in, and I start right here in F2. Okay, so I put in here my F2, and this is a range, and my range goes all the way down here to G6. So I put in here G and 6. So basically I'm going to look up whatever this number is, 1, come into here, find the 1, jump over here, because here it says which column do you want to return, And in this case, I want to return the second column where it says beginner. Okay, so let's take this and try typing this in place and seeing what happens here. So now I'm going to put in here equal, and I put in my VLOOKUP. So I start typing V, and I put L, and you can see where it says VLOOKUP, so all I have to do is hit the word tab. And now I've got that in there. It tells me right away, lookup value. This is the what. What am I looking up? In this case, I put in B2, and then it says, where are you looking this up? Now I could type it in, or I can highlight here, and I can say I'm highlighting this table. This is what I am looking it up. This is where I'm looking it up. I'm going to return whatever in column 2, and you notice as soon as I put the comma in here, I move to the last piece. It tells me, do I want a true, which is an approximate match, or a false, which is an exact match. In this case, I'm going to go for the false because I want an exact match, and I just close this off. So now when I do this, I go, alright, Billy is a 1, 1 is a beginner, and that makes sense as we look over here. So we take this and we copy it down, and you go, wait a minute, that doesn't look right at all. I'm getting a lot of NAs in here. And so what I want you to see is, as I start clicking down here, see how the area has shifted. And I finally get to here and see how we're looking up over here and finding nothing over here. So what we needed to do with this beginning one, and that's why I might have left some extra spaces here, is right here I need to make this range not move when I copy. So this is my absolute here and an absolute there. I put an absolute here and an absolute here. That means I will always go back to this block to look things up. And so if we go back to this first one and I take my G6 and I put that in here, and I take my F2 and give it 2. Okay, so now when I copy this down, I'm always going back to this table, and you can quickly see that that's being filled out for me. If I had 100,000 people in my company, I just was able to do this really quick, and I only had to write the formula once and then bring that down through. So it's looking things up for me. If for some reason someone changes, let's say Lisa here is our expert, but she just reached the right age and she's now going to move to retire, you can see that as soon as I put the 5 in there, it automatically looks it up for me. And if I put a 6 in here for Jane, you can see it returns an NA because there is not a 6 available here. So we can have that in there. Later on this semester we'll be doing another one talking about approximate values, but for this chapter we're looking at just the false or the exact matches. So in this video we looked at using a VLOOKUP. Basically we had information in one area that we wanted to know what this information meant. There was a tag associated to it. In this case, a 1 was a beginner. We might have that as a job status. If you were a job status 402, that might mean that you work in the warehouse in the shipping area. It might be, if the status is a code blue, that you look over here, and that means it's something to deal with the hospital as a cardiac. So we can look up something out of a table somewhere else and pull that information in. This is something that's used everywhere. It's used in your income taxes. You'll pull it from there. Car dealers, hospitals, insurance companies, everyone uses codes to mean something, and you use the table to bring in what that particular code means.